Yeah, it's interesting from my perspective. I come from both the vendor side and the recruiter side. And so I've seen both HR tech partnerships from both angles. I've seen on a vendor side partnering with another provider to provide great tools and technology and put two components together to really help out clients. And then I've been on the other side as a client, finding those partners to help our recruitment and our HR teams flourish in the skills and tools that they need in the workplace. Yeah. I mean, it's unique now, obviously post-recession, to see where companies are wanting to go and what they're wanting to do with the next innovation. I mean, everybody talks about innovation. Well, what does that mean to you as the vendor, or what does it mean to you as a client when it comes to the duties that you have within your organizations? And so here you see a lot of companies coming together, meeting, talking, whether it's here, HR tech, even things like JobGate, where they're looking at how can we do our jobs or put our businesses in a better spot to succeed now and into the future. So you're seeing a lot of those conversations, people meeting up, a lot of branded shirts getting together and talking, swapping swag, which is kind of crazy, but doing a lot of that to see where those roads can go, but also measuring each other out. Where are they going? What are they going to do so we can maybe jump ahead of them in the rest of 2015? When it comes to global, I haven't had that much as exposure. Most of the companies that I've worked with on both sides of the table have been domestic. I've worked with companies where there's been requests to go international, and they weren't ready. And so they, instead of going gangbusters and going beyond where their allowances were, they kind of held back, and it hurt some clients, but it may have put them into a module or an area where they could succeed later. Yeah, I see some of that. I mean, I see some organizations where, some companies have partnered with a company until they could figure out how to do it on their own, and then they stab the other guy in the throat, which is a little unique. You're in bed together for a little while, and then violence happens, and next thing you know, you've got one other guy laying on the curb. It's not what you want to see. You want to see companies in your industry do better and treat people better than that, especially if you're going to find and invest that relationship. But some, it's feast or famine for others, and they'll take, that mindset and go forward. It's not my game. I'd rather see companies come together and provide than tear each other apart. But it's business. We have, a couple different players in our organization. We got 25,000 employees, and we've got multiple locations, and we've got people of varying skill sets working with these tools. And so we need to be able to have things that work together. Our applicant tracking system isn't where we want it. So what we're doing is we're looking at some of the components we have in place already, and who can we bring in, or can we work with our existing provider to bring all those other pieces together and provide us a solution that we need as an organization, not what they want to give us. So can we customize X? Can we customize Y? Or do we go outside? Do we find somebody else? Who can we find that can help us do what we do better? That's what we're ultimately looking for. Definitely, and that's what's kind of a unique piece from my side of the table is that I've been on the vendor side, so I can say, well, what about working with this company or that company, or why don't I connect you two together and see what you guys can put together to make my job easier? I've made my job easier, it made possibly two vendors' businesses better by putting some communications together, making some partnerships, or at least opening doors and see where those partnerships can go. It is at times. I mean, I've ruffled some feathers at times. I've gotten rid of ad agencies. I've made enemies with some job boards at times, but it was in the interest of my companies at the time as a practitioner, and they understood it. They got over it, and I've actually worked with many of them after that on more clients and more relationships. And so, we have our highs and our lows, and it's how we turn around and make our relationships better because of it later.